Well, welcome back to another edition of the Buzz Around Texoma, all brought to you by The Point Restaurant in Grand Pappy Point Marina. I'm Jason Taylor, and of course, if you're new to the Buzz Around Texoma podcast, hey, it's about all things happening around Texoma, whether it is interesting people, whether it is new business, whether it is a community event going on. We want to talk about it right here on the Buzz Around Texoma. And if you would like to be on the show, hey, just you can email me, jason@klbcfm.com, and we will get you lined up as quickly as we can. We are really excited today because we have a very special guest with us. It is Kasey Bennett. She is the 2026 Oklahoma Teacher of the Year, a K-4 STEM teacher at Northwest Heights Elementary. Spent 14 years in teaching Durant Public Schools. I'm reading your resume here.
Okay.
And her classroom is designed as a hands-on makerspace. Now, I'm going to pause there. What is a makerspace?
A makerspace is, in my case, it is an environment that is focused on kids where they have the supplies that they need to create and build.
Okay.
That's the long and short of it.
Okay, good. We'll probably get a little more in-depth in a little bit, but I just wanted to start there because I had no idea what a makerspace was. Yeah. I have my list of questions here, and I want to hit Kasey with them because I think, if I know correctly, you are only the second teacher ever from Durant to be named the Oklahoma Teacher of the Year.
That is correct.
Yeah, so congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
a big win. So take us back to the moment where you were your name was announced. What was going through your head?
You know, it was the slowest, longest moment of my life. The previous state teacher of the year got up. You know, she kind of did the introduction of the drum roll moment. She passed the envelope over to Superintendent Fields, and he opened it, and the whole world was silent. And it was the longest envelope opening of my life and the fastest moment of my life, all in the same moment. So when he announced my name in the video, I kind of go forward and I come back. I guess I was just gathering myself. And it was just such a surreal moment.
Right.
And then I could hear the applause. I could hear the cheers. My direct tables were all around me. And then I went up on stage, and it was just the coolest moment of my professional career. It was amazing.
Well, that's a huge honor.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so the next question is, so what does this recognition mean to you personally? Because you're not only representing yourself, you're representing Durant, you're representing Oklahoma.
Yes.
I mean, what does that got to mean to you?
It's really hard to explain. Sometimes it's still very surreal. You know, I'm still in my first month with this position, but it is such a tremendous honor for somebody to go, hey, that girl from Atoka, that small town girl that was raised in Atoka, that was a Wampus cat, and now she's a Durant Lion, we choose her to go represent all of education. The depth of that's not lost, but it is really hard to put in words what an honor it is, and how maybe revere is the wrong word, but it's just like, that's a heavy weight.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I get it. No,
It's really cool.
Revere, I think it's a great word. I mean, because here's the other thing. And you may not recognize, again, Kasey Bennett, who is the 2026 Oklahoma Teacher of the Year, I mean, for the entire state, joining us today. She's not going to be in the classroom at all this year. No. That's got to be weird.
It's so weird. All the back-to-school emails have started. The schedules are going out. The T-shirt orders are going in. The team T-shirts are being picked out. And I'm not part of it. Like, I'm getting the emails, but I don't participate. Like,
right.
They're still ordering me the T-shirts, which I very much appreciate, because it's like, I'm still part of Durant, but I'm separate this year.
Right.
Kind of little bird has to fly on her own this year. And it's really strange. For the first time in 15 years, I won't be sitting in the high school auditorium on the first day of in-service. I instead will be traveling to other people's in-services that I've not gone to. Like, where's my seat? Do I sit in the same spot that I sit in the Durant auditorium? Because I'm middle section, far left, about halfway to the front. That's
Gotcha.
my seat.
That is your seat.
That's my spot.
That's like going to church. Everybody has
Exactly.
their seat. Right. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. You kind of probably feel like tethered to Durant, but alone on your own island.
It's home base. Yeah. But I have to spread my wings this year, and it's going to be really cool.
So going into your classroom a little bit more because of STEM, and for those who may not know, science, technology,
engineering, and math.
And math. Okay, that's what it stands for. Your classroom's been described as one giant makerspace, which you told us what it was.
Yes.
I want to get a little more micro now. Explain what someone would see if they walked into your classroom on a typical class day.
So you would walk into my classroom and you would see not enough chairs and not enough tables for all of the kids walking in. Okay. You would see a very long kid-sized workbench down the middle of my classroom lined with what you would soon find out are child-proof table saws for kids. You would see a wall full of LED microbes. You would see rubber bands, markers, rulers, scissors, tape measures, screwdrivers. You would see stacks of batteries that kids learn how to put in. You would see coding robots. You would see Legos. You would see a Lego wall. You would see a section for a light table and sensory space. You would see hydroponics towers running. You would see 3D printers with all of their filament for kids to choose from. It is wild in my room, and it is so cool. The kids would come in. I have kindergarten, first, second, third, and fourth each day in my classroom. So by the end of the week, I've rotated through every child in the school, and it's really fun to get to do that. And so each week, for the most part, the kids have a new project. Now, there are some projects, as they get older and we build on what we learned the previous years, we expand those projects. Like fourth grade's project this year. You know, I used a big college word on them, like your capstone project, and they, cool. We're fourth graders. We got a cool project this year. So their capstone project was to design and print their own 3D printed Christmas ornament. So it took a long time. We started on that in November. Wow. I should have started on that in early November. The more you know, right? Lessons we learn and we work on for next year. So we walked through that particular unit, was walking through how to design something in a 3D design software. They got to choose their filament. We learned how to load the 3D printer. We learned how to move files, download them on the 3D printer, print it, label it, put a string in it, and take it home for a Christmas tree, or however their family chooses to decorate. So that's one of the things fourth grade did this year. With the little ones, it's a lot different. In kindergarten, we are making clouds out of cotton balls, and putting it in a grid, you know, top left, bottom right. We're learning left and right and top and bottom and the different kinds of clouds in the spring, so we know what a rain cloud looks like and what an unpleasant cloud looks like. So it is, when you come in my room, you better be ready for what looks like absolute chaos, but the kids are learning.
So are you going to take what you just told us? Is that what you're going around the state and kind of sharing with other schools?
Yes, to some degree. I'm also really emphasizing affordable STEM with less tech. Schools don't need to go out and spend $10, $20, $30, $40,000 on the latest microbits for these early childhood and elementary STEM classrooms. We are losing social skills because of screens. We are losing the ability to communicate because of screens. Our kids are losing their fine motor skills. We are seeing a lot more kids in glasses and contacts at very early ages because of screens. And so my big message as the technology teacher, how ironic is that, is we need less tech. Our babies don't need all this. Scale it back.
I want to pause right there kind of as a teaser. We're going to bring that back on the backside of the break, because that is... You've hit on a hot button with me. I'm right there with you.
Good. Join my soapbox.
Oh, man.
There's room for many up here.
We are interviewing Kasey Bennett today, who is the 2026 Oklahoma State Teacher of the Year. Stick around. We got more on the backside of the break. It is the Buzz Around Texoma, all brought to you by the Grandpappy Point Marina Point Restaurant. welcome back to the Buzz Around Texoma, all brought to you by Grandpappy Point Marina and the Point Restaurant. You see their logo right behind us. We do appreciate you joining us and watching the Buzz Around Texoma. Do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and maybe even share it on all your socials so that other folks can enjoy as well. In fact, if you would like to be part of the Buzz Around Texoma, if you have a event coming up, maybe a new business, or you're someone like who our guest is for today, we want to talk to you. You can email me, jason@klbcfm.com, and we'll get you on as soon as we can. Like I said, our guest today is Kasey Bennett. She is the 2026 Oklahoma State Teacher of the Year, and that is no small feat, and that is from right here in Durant, Oklahoma. Again, congratulations on that. I want to continue talking about what we were talking before the break, and that was a hot button for you, getting less tech as far as screens for kids. I love that you are on that soapbox.
Yes.
Continue, please, talking about why that is.
So before I taught STEM, I had a long history of teaching kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the start of my 15th year in education. And as screens become more popular, as more things come out, we're seeing a decline in fine motor skills. Kids can't hold their pencil easily. It's a struggle. When kids have a hard time or it physically hurts, they get frustrated and then they may act out. It's really a hard transition for kids who are used to having hours and hours and hours of screen time a day to be plopped into the school setting and go, oh, no screens except for what we're doing that the teacher's in charge of for learning. Like it might be the large display of that lesson or that book that day. There's very, very little individual screen time and none for our earliest grades at Durant, which I'm very, very grateful for. It's really affected social skills. Kids are really, there is a large population of kids who really struggle to make eye contact. If it's in their ability to do so. They don't know to shake hands. They don't know how to have conversations. And one of the biggest things that we work on in my room is teamwork. They don't know how to interact appropriately with other kids. And I don't just mean kindergartners. I'm talking about up through 4th grade in my classroom. Kids don't understand what sharing is. Like just because you have a toy and I want it, that's not sharing if the teacher makes you give it. If you choose to give it to me, that is sharing, but they don't understand that in 4th grade because we've been plopped in front of a screen a lot. Is some screen time appropriate? Sure, whatever. You do you. I'm staying in my own lane with that.
Right.
But we can't expect our kids to have a really successful education experience with this much screen time. And schools don't need to go out and spend a ton of money for an elementary STEM classroom on screens and high-tech stuff. We can learn just as much from a pile of dirt and a pack of seeds from Dollar Store, right?
Absolutely.
There's weeks worth of learning in that. They love it. It gives them sensory experiences. It gives them real-life experiences. One of my class, like kindergarten through 4th grade, one of the favorite things that we do every year is planting stuff. We have our hydroponic towers that are incredible PSO bought for us, and we have 2. I think we have like 180 pods total that we're growing in our classroom.
Mm-hmm.
So this year we started them early. Well, I got those tomato plants started a little too early. They had to be repotted in a corner of my classroom until the weather leveled out. But let me tell you, those tomato plants are going strong because we were able to move them to the outside garden, and they are still producing.
Really?
Yeah, they're in a shady spot, so that's working out pretty well. But they love to grow stuff. Sometimes they don't know where food comes from. Like we grew lettuce in the hydroponic tanks, and sometimes kids would come to class and, well, you want to go try some lettuce? Okay, where from? Over there where you grew it. It kind of just blows their mind. Right. And my favorite is when they ask for ranch dressing, and I'm like, we didn't grow any ranch dressing, guys. We grew some herbs out back. We can talk about that. That's a different conversation, but we didn't grow any ranch dressing.
Right.
But they can learn so much from those hands-on things that are so simple that we didn't have 10, 15, and 20 years ago.
Right.
There is so much research coming out. There's so much data. There's so much proof that this is a real problem. Mm-hmm. And I just want to encourage everyone, I know I have a 2.5-year-old. I know how hard it is when you're at the end of your Daniel Tiger episode to turn it off and listen to the squall. I get it. I am a parent and I'm in the same boat. But if you do the hard things now, it will benefit our kids later on. And so I'm encouraging everybody, buckle up and do the hard things now.
You stay on that soapbox.
Yes.
You stay on that soapbox. That is so.
Parents need to hear it. Teachers need to hear it. It's not easy. It's a hard thing to do, but it is really for the best of the kids.
So, again, thank you for that, because, again, it is so needed. I mean, I was shocked. Again, I don't go into schools that much. If my children.
Yes.
I was stunned when I found out that most kids don't know cursive anymore. And that's a whole nother topic. But anyway, we're moving on down the line.
Yeah.
What do you believe Oklahoma teachers need most right now? Because you're going to be championing for them.
Man, that could go a million different ways. Since we're a few weeks from starting school, I would say if you are a parent or a grandparent or an administrator, they need to know that if it's true, that you support them, right? You need to be in an environment where you support the educators that are teaching your kids. They need to know that you're going to support them, you're going to listen to them. And then on a larger scale, they just need to know that people appreciate what they do.
That's right.
That those summers off really aren't summers off. There's a lot that goes on in the summer that people have no idea. And teachers aren't noisy. We just put our nose to the grindstone. We get done what needs to be done. Now, if you will check those school parking lots throughout the summer, on the nights, on the weekends, if you get where you can see the back parking lots, they've pulled around there so that they can work without being seen.
Something else that you may not know these teachers do is, yes, they get a budget. The budget's usually not near what they need.
Correct.
They spend a lot of their own money.
You're correct.
On their classrooms.
Correct.
And helping each other out. So
correct.
Keep that in mind. Maybe as you get around, maybe parents say, hey, you know what? I bought an extra thing of pencils, or hey, I bought an extra thing of crayons or whatever.
January, February, if you drop off Lysol wipes, you will be parent of the year. I'll tell you that. Lysol wipes or Kleenex, that tissue with the lotion, because
Okay, there you go.
Flu season is rough.
Yeah, see, you got it right there. All right, listen, I know I've taken up so much of your time, but I do want to close with a question. And I had so many more I wanted to get to, but I will close with this. When your students look back years from now, okay, what do you hope they remember? And not just about your classroom, but about themselves because they were in your classroom and part of it.
So I have 2 guiding principles in my room.
Okay.
You can do hard things, and mistakes are how you learn. I tell them when I have a project, if you do this right the first time, you didn't try hard enough. You should be making mistakes. If you get it right the first time, do not come tell me, because I'm not going to be happy. The goal is to learn. We learn through mistakes. In this classroom, I expect you to make mistakes. And when I make mistakes every day, I show them. I point it out, because they need to know that learning is a process, and I don't expect perfection. They know in my room that mistakes are how they learn, and you can do hard things. And I want them to always remember that. That hard things make you a better person, that hard things make you more confident in what you know and who you are. And so that's what I hope when these kids graduate high school, I hope they throughout that they can think back and go, oh yeah, Mrs. Bennett said, or I remember when I was in elementary school, there was some lady that always said, mistakes are how you learn. And it's okay that I don't know how to do this algebra or this chemistry the first time. I hope that they remember that to err is human.
Fantastic. Well, now you got an idea of why she is the Oklahoma State Teacher of the Year. Again, Kasey, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. It's my
wonderful.
Thank you.
And we're so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm super excited. I appreciate you guys having me.
Absolutely. Hey, stick around. We're going to have another edition of the Buzz Around Texoma next week. So again, if you will do us a favor, subscribe, like, and share. Until next week, have a great